Yes, we're still here.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. I know right now everything is D4. I've been playing Diablo 4 as well. You go to news sites, you go to socials, Discord, Twitter, all you see is D4. Well, believe it or not, there is other games out there, and I've been getting asked over and over again if Diablo is my new number one. Not at all. Last Epoch is my number one. We will be riding with EHG into the future. Just kind of want to make that known at the beginning of this video. And today we got something unexpected. Patch notes 091D was dropped from 11th Hour Games for Last Epoch, where they made some changes and updated 24 bugs, and more importantly, talked about the future, which is what I am actually most excited about from this post. So let's see what's going on in the world of Last Epoch. And by the way, the 155 people that signed up for the 091 race, the treasure hunt for unstable core, it is still ongoing. All right, here we go. Changes: improve the dynamic solar invaders, archers, increased how frequently they move between attacks, added another short fleeing state, reduce their kick damage, and reduce their arrow damage. So update to archers. Immobilize enemies no longer start using movement skills. Immobilizing an enemy will not interrupt a movement skill in the progress bar. This is a big one. Improved internal performance telemetry to assist our server optimization efforts. All I care about right now, I know what we're getting for 1.0. All I care about though is everything working. Towns working, parties of 4 working, being able to play with my community that's in Australia. Performance and server side is right now my number one ask for the game from EHG. So anytime I see something that says performance, that is what I want to see. Overhauled the mechanics and visuals of Soul Cage and Soul Warden enemies. Added a new on-hit particle, hit flash, and death flash visuals for Holy Fire, Holy Lightning, and Blood abilities. I love it anytime we get a visual improvement. That is great. Added new loading screens. Updated frozen breakables, added new emerging sound effects for spider enemies, updated the vocal sounds of all Osprey enemies, and added sound effects for chapter 1, added new sounds for basic attack and changed the weapon type, updated the game guide, and added region selection for Sanctuary and Terra. This is great for new players. There's now a confirmation prompt when purchasing a cosmetic with Epoch points. So those are the changes. Obviously nothing huge, just little balances as they continue to move the dials. Now, in the bug fixing, I really don't want to put you to sleep. I'm not going to read 24 different bug fixing, but I will link this in the description because maybe there's something that's been driving you crazy and now it's been fixed in here, okay? So this is going to be individual based upon what you are actually playing. Now, a couple little notable things that I noticed around MTX. Fixed a bug where visual effects would project on top of some cosmetics. That has been fixed. Fixed a bug where item visuals and cosmetics would sometimes disappear after transitioning to a new zone. This happened to me 100% of the time. And lastly, portal cosmetics now apply to the portals you open after completing an echo. So normally when you complete an echo, you get the green portal. You're now going to get your MTX portal, whether it's your worm or your reaper or your dragon or your green rock mirror one. That is now going to open when you finish an echo. So that's pretty cool as well. And again, link this in the description if you want to check out everything else for yourself. Now, this is what I care about. Okay, this is what's important to me. Notes. Thank you, everyone who is continuing to report bugs and provide feedback. We really appreciate it. At this point, our designers are primarily working on content for our next major update. And I can say with 100% certainty, 092 is going to be fire. It's going to be way better and more exciting than 091. Okay? Trust me on this one. Now, maybe you fell asleep for the beginning part of that video. Okay, that's fine. I understand. You want to wake up for this part because for me, this is the most important note here. One initiative that isn't visible in the patch notes is that we have an internal team dedicated to improving performance, particularly on the server side. There are significant, I will say again, significant technical changes underway that will have a big impact, but we're still in the early stages. We're also working on reducing zone transition times. Like I said earlier, my number one is performance. I like the loot filter, and I like crafting, and I like the stash tab, and I like combat, and I like the skill trees, and I like the passive trees, and I like the masteries, and I like being able to play with my friends. Even the end game systems are solid, just need to add more. But what? None of that matters if I can't log into the server. None of that matters if I can't go to town. None of that matters if I can't play with 3 of my friends in a party. None of that matters if I can't play with my community in Australia. I want the game to have great performance. All those other systems continue to get better, but now we just need to get the server side stuff functioning correctly. And I love reading that EHG has an internal team dedicated on it, and they have a plan. That's all I need to see. That's all I need to see. Now we just need to let them execute. One last little noteworthy thing, because this literally drives me crazy. It might drive you crazy as well. Chat sometimes re-enables itself. It also says chat is disabled when it actually isn't. This happens to me 100% of the time. So I'm glad that this is on the list to get fixed. That's the video. 091D. What do you think? Is there something from the last update that's still broken that is driving you nuts? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. 2 asks at the end of the video. Ask number 1, I'm hoping today is the day I have earned your subscription. Hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button, but I truly mean it only if you think I deserve it. So if I don't deserve it yet, I'm gonna work harder for you. Ask number 2, check out my Patreon. Thank you to the first 87 members that have signed up. Become an instant ARPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content at the first link in the description. I get asked all the time, Aaron, what is the best way to support? Okay, Patreon is the best way. And I mean it. I need all the subs. I need all the interactions on YouTube, the likes, the shares, the comments. But if you ever want to take it one step further, for as little as $1 a month, become a Patreon. You get access to the bonus hour of the podcast. You get access to the VIP lounge. You get access to the Aaron VIP YouTube channel. There's just so many benefits to Patreon. First link in the description. That's all I've got. 091D. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.